Hey guys, Musa here from Quantum Home Improvements and Solutions. Welcome to our live chat. So today we've got with me William West, author, and Dr. Penner. And we've got here Joseph Suka from Intellect Finance. And we've got our very own Chicken Nugget.
Good morning all.
Hey guys, it's great to have you back. It's been a year since the last live chat. And it worked, I got a very good feedback from that. And so I think it's going to be a good live chat. We've got a lot of beer to go through. We want to try the honey mead again because
I've been looking forward to it. The honey mead, the organic beer.
Yes.
Yeah, that's funny. A big apology for Peter and also for Joe. Both of them will be on the live chat, but they weren't able to be here today. So guys, thanks very much. And what did you guys think of the video we released just the other day with Bill and with Ron? What do you guys think?
I loved it actually. It was quite different because he was using real ingredients. It was different.
Did you find it was a very intense? Like there was a lot to do?
Yeah, it was more intense. Yes, yeah.
Well, the honest truth is, and these guys are going to reveal it. We had a lot of fun making that video.
We did. It was great.
And it went for
Great
like
fun.
8 hours between the 2 days,
Yeah.
and there was a lot of comedy. And I didn't put all that in the video, but there was a lot of comedy happening. The truth be told, I found out that Bill is bordering on an alcoholic, and Ron is an actual alcoholic. Not only did he say it's okay to drink beer straight away, but he produces 200 to 300 litres of wine a year.
Yeah, I'll share it though.
But you didn't bring it in with.
I know. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Next time.
I'll blame having a mass this morning. I was in a hurry to get out, and I forgot.
Well, that's a good excuse.
It's good.
Okay, so look, I'd like to get straight into it, and I've just got a list of all the beers we're going to be tasting. Now, if anyone has any questions, please, or any comments, just put them through. We've got Chicken Nugget here. He's going to be reading all the messages out to us, making my life a bit easier. It is actually hard to do a live chat and look at messages at the same time. I don't know how some of these guys who do live chats weekly or even every few days, how they do it continuously, reading their messages and talking. I find it very distracting, very, very distracting. Maybe it's the lyric, I don't know. Anyway, look guys, we are going to be...
Too much beer.
Yeah, well, we are going to be drinking a bit of beer today, so we've got our cups ready. Now, we have got some food here, guys, please. There's cheese, crackers, some nuts, and also some buski. So I don't know if you guys enjoy some buski, but these are quite nice. If you haven't tasted these before, it's a Lebanese dish with pastry on the outside and mincemeat on the inside, usually beef.
Yummy.
Yeah. And with pine nuts, onions, 7 spices, peppers, and salt. They're quite nice. Thank you. And I will be making a video on this in the future. This is actually one of my signature dishes. Joe's daughter always looks forward to eating my sambusik.
It's actually beautiful. Very nice.
I'm just going to grab the first beer.
Oh yeah, just good timing.
Okay. They are nice and cold, guys. Now, for you guys outside of Sydney, Australia, we are 10:30 in the morning and we're drinking beer. So this just goes to show...
It's a brunch.
Our level of dedication here. Ron, if you can grab a cup, if everyone can just grab a cup for me, and we'll just try the Cooper's Golden Crown Lager. Mm-hmm. Now, this is made a little bit different to most of Cooper's beers.
Thank you.
Look at the head on that.
Beautiful head. Yeah. Look at the colour.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is actually quite a nice beer.
Nice rich colour.
Yeah.
So,
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Good way to start the weekend, I reckon.
Great.
Now, if you guys haven't seen how Golden Crown Lager is made, it's basically just light dry malt. And I've just got to go through my notes because there is a lot of beer here. And there's 1 kilo. So it's basically 2 bags. They come in 500 grams from Cooper's, and it's 2 bags. Now this does brew at a different temperature to most of Cooper's beers. So you first start it off between 21 to 24. That's when you pitch the yeast, and you close it off. You let it sit. They tell you to sit for 10 days. Now Peter was actually one that brought this beer to my attention. I think he was talking about the Golden Crown Lager. He lets them sit for 10 days. Now, when they do, after it's been pitched, you then got to get the temperature down to 13 to 15 degrees. It's quite a sensitive beer. I've drunk this a couple of times. I actually like it. I like the lagers. I started off with the lager because it's the next following video from the video that we finished off last time, which was Mexican Cerveza. And so, guys, what do you think?
Great.
I think it's a nice beer.
Love it.
Yeah.
Full flavoured.
Chicken Nugget is a lager guy, so I know in our next movie night he's going to ask for this.
Definitely the lagers.
It's got a bit of a zing afterwards.
It has.
Yeah.
Afterwards, it leaves with a bit of tingle in the mouth. Yeah.
I find any beer that's got malt in it has a very different taste. It's quite a nice taste.
True.
Coopers usually don't use much malt. No, in their basic range, they use only enhancer number 2.
Yeah.
So it's a combination of different sugars. So it could be like dry malt. I think you looked it up, didn't you?
I did, yeah. The enhancer 2 has malt in it, and the enhancer 3 has even more malt in it. That apparently.
But what's you're saying more malt? So it's got malt, but what is the other ingredient?
Maltodextrin and dextrin. I think
Okay.
that gives it,
So
gives it
dextrin,
a bit
yeah,
more,
okay.
a bit more bite to it. But the malt apparently enhances the flavour.
It does. It's just
So,
beautiful.
yeah.
Yes.
What do you think, George?
Love it. It's got a nice.
George's the only one that finished it. George, you want some more?
What about me?
Going for second.
No.
Saturday morning. It's too early.
Slow down, guys. Come on.
Tonight to go.
Hang on. I'm confused here. Dr. Penner just said slow down.
Nah,
He's the same person who said he drinks his beer the next day. Far out, man.
You're not going to limit this down, are you?
Why wait?
I'll give it an A+.
Oh,
Great choice.
no, I like it.
Great option. Great
An
choice.
A plus or an 8 plus?
A+.
A plus, okay,
10
wow.
out of 10. That was great. Fantastic.
Much
Yeah.
better than a commercial beer.
Yeah.
More flavour, very full flavoured, and you can notice the difference with the natural carbonation.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
always
yeah.
pick that up. Yeah,
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah.
So, in case you haven't seen any of my videos, or if you've seen just some of them, Bill was in the last one, and we made his IPA, which is made. The fruity taste is the Galaxy, and we use Cascade as the bittering hops. And so Bill's been brewing for about 30 years, but he shared with us this particular recipe. I have not tasted it. I have asked. No, I'm not going to say what I've asked for. We actually changed that recipe. Now, the reason I'm bringing this all up because Bill, I think, is probably the best in. He's a connoisseur. He's been making beer for a long time. His own from scratch, and he also uses Coopers. Is that right?
Yes, often as a base. If I
As
do
a base,
a
yep.
partial grade.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, yeah.
Makes it a bit easier because it is time consuming doing it the old
Exactly.
way.
Yeah.
I found it so time consuming, and also. Bill would have probably been better off telling me prior, but when my wife came home after we made the first video, I mean, the hops is so strong in smell.
It hangs around for ages.
It was incredible. It was a little overwhelming for my wife and kids. So for me, it was fine because it sort of was a gradual smell, so you sort of get used to it. But when we put the wheat and all the malt and all the light crystal malt and the Munich and everything in. That was nice. That smelled beautiful.
I thought so.
It's when we put the hops in that took it to a new level and think, whoa, this is strong. And so I've promised my wife I won't be making brew indoors anymore. So I'm just got to finish off that alfresco area. I'm still waiting for my very good friend, long-time friend, my school buddy, Louis, to come and help tile the alfresco area. And I've been waiting now for 9 months. So get to it, Louis.
More beer.
So what does hops smell like?
Well, it depends on the hops, but it normally is very fruity.
But that's a nice fruity. Is a nice
You'll
smell.
sleep with
Oh,
it.
depends
beautiful.
No,
I
but
like it.
Yeah.
when you brew, there's got to be a base hops, what you're going to use. And that base hops, if you brew it for 1 hour, it's not a fruity taste at that
No,
point.
that's bitter. That's a bittering hop.
Yeah. So you've got to be careful with that. So yeah, sorry.
Oh, sorry, mister.
That's right. This is a bit tight here. Okay, so okay, guys, do we go to the next one? We've got a lot of beer to taste. Do we go to the next
yes,
one?
I think we better forge it.
Yeah. Joe, have we had any comments?
George, have we had chicken
You
nuggets?
got
Sorry.
a good morning from Giuseppe.
Good. Giuseppe, cheers, buddy. I'm drinking for you.
It's empty here.
We need top up.
Well, you should have slowed down.
When you're on to a good thing, stick to it, they say.
Okay, guys, I've got to tell you, this here, which is Cooper's Brew A IPA. Now, just a bit of background on that. So Thomas Cooper came to Australia from Yorkshire in 1852. By 1862, he started brewing, and he actually brewed his wife's recipe. It was an ale to help you. If you get sick, it actually would help you physically. So I don't know much about that medically. I don't know, but apparently he made the ale, and all his neighbours went nuts, and he started brewing more and more, and now 150 years later, he's world renowned for his beers. Just this guy is incredible. What he was able to achieve in a very short period was incredible. So now this is his first beer. So he put in his log, would you believe, on the 13th of May 1862. 13th of May. Now for us, it's a special day because it's the day of Our Lady of Fatima. So this is a beautiful beer. Now it's a dark beer and it's bitter. Now there are people that are going to be listening to this, and my mate Neil, who tells me dark beers are not bitter beers. Bitter beers are not dark beers. Now that is actually a fact. That is actually a fact. But guys, can I ask you, have you tried any dark beer that's not bitter? Please tell me. Have you?
No.
Never. I have never either. So look, dark beers are associated with bitterness as far as I'm concerned.
And body.
Okay? And body, correct. And a few other things, right?
Yeah.
But Neil was right. I researched it. Dark beers does not mean bitter.
Yeah, right, okay.
Okay, just to clear that up.
Okay.
Neil is actually right.
It's a misconception.
It's a misconception. But the reason people drink dark beers because they think in their mind it's a bitter beer. Now I've got to tell you, I better pour this, and I've got to tell you a story. Can you give it a new cup?
Yeah. What determines the colour of the beer, though? And you probably have.
Light dry malt. What was it? Light crystal malt was one of them.
Well, that's right. It's the wheat. The grain that you use.
Yeah. So which
crystal
grain?
will give it the
Crystal,
dark.
what's that? Is that type of wheat, is it?
No,
It's a malt.
It's
a
just
malt.
a malt. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So that gives it the dark colour. And
Yeah.
then the bitterness comes from the hops, of course.
Yeah.
No, I'll put it like that.
Okay, so that's why, as Miss was saying, you can have a dark beer that doesn't necessarily have to be bitter.
No, it doesn't have to be
Because it
bitter.
depends on the hops.
It's just predominantly everyone would think. Now, please understand, everyone. I'm not saying that dark beers are bitter. I'm just saying that traditionally most people would think that dark beers are bitter. Just to clear that up.
Just an important note.
Cheers, guys.
Drink responsibly.
Cheers.
I know we're drinking.
Yes.
Stages, but drink
Cheers.
responsibly.
Cheers.
It's okay though because it's after 10 a.m.
Okay, guys, what do you think? This is Brew A IPA.
That's what I like.
Okay.
Nice.
I had someone ask me the other day, what does IPA mean? It's pretty basic. It just means Indian Pale Ale. Now, there is a story behind that. Indians did make this beer, but the English took it up because when they were sailing long trips to America and, on their ships, they found the more bitterness you put in your beer, the longer it lasts. Is that correct, Bill?
Well, it was both the hops. Well, mainly the hops.
The hops, not the bitterness. Sorry, I made a mistake there.
Yeah, no, you're
the
right,
more
yeah.
hops you put in it,
The more hops,
the
the
longer it lasts.
Yeah.
Correct. Sorry, I made the mistake on that. I do apologise.
Yeah.
This is I prefer this one, guys. Yeah.
Now you can really taste the bitterness in that one, eh?
Yeah,
But it's actually got a fruity taste to it. I love it.
Yeah, I
Fruity,
was
but
gonna
yet
say
it has
it had
body. It has both.
It's
Yeah.
like hops.
It had a subtle sweetness to it.
Yes. Yeah.
The lager or the pale ale.
George, I already know your answer. Sorry, I'm going.
He's a lager man, isn't he?
I still take this. I haven't scolded yet.
I just want to ask Chicken Nugget one question.
Yes.
You live in New South Wales. Why do you support Queensland?
Well, I support Melbourne. That's the
Melbourne.
I support. Look, I try to go for the opposition.
Why?
Okay.
Why? I like to have a bit of a competitive nature to me.
You don't stir the pot,
I
don't
like
you?
to stir the pot, stir the my wife, which she goes for Parramatta,
Of
but
course.
for Manly, but I like to go for the opposition.
Go Manly.
So lager is Victorian? No, yes. Go to Victorians.
Yeah. Cheers.
But no, this is great. This is great.
Yeah,
This is great.
I actually like this.
It's all right.
Okay, now I'll tell you the story I was going to say earlier. We had a movie night. We have a lot of movie nights. George and I have private ones to check out movies to make sure they're appropriate for the guys. Make sure we think it's going to be a good movie. And anyway, so one night we had a movie. I think it was Hacksaw Ridge. I actually can't remember.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
And Dr. Panna here, my very good friend, Renato, brought some Cooper's beer. Fantastic. Now I make my own, but he went and bought some. And
you don't make dark. That's why.
and
Normally.
I can't remember the name. What was it called?
That was just dark beer. It was old. 2 years old.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Cooper's.
Sorry, Cooper's old. Yeah.
I can't remember what it was. Anyway,
I think
I don't think it was old. It was
Cooper's Dark
Stout.
Ale.
stout. That's it. It was stout. Yeah. So anyway, he said, "Have a try," and I said, "Look, I'm not really good with dark beers." And sorry, Neil, he doesn't like me saying dark beers is bitter. Anyway, so I tried it, just a little bit of a sip, and I got to be honest, my first reaction was to spit it out. I did drink it, I swallowed it, and it was hard. It was a hard swallow. So from that point on, it was confirmed I don't like really, really dark bitter beers. But then, it was about a year later, Bill came over my house and brought some of his brew, and I had not tasted his brew before, and it flipped me. They're all dark beers, they're all bitter beers, and they were beautiful. They were fruity. Obviously, we're using Galaxy a lot, and so Galaxy is an Australian hops. It was formulated in the 90s and released in the early 2000s, and so that's an icon to Australia now, and it's a great fruity, fruity hops. Now, its alpha percentage is actually up to 16. So if you want,
the alpha percentage?
that's going to give you a bitterness, is that right? Yeah, so it has a high bitterness if you boil it for an hour. And so when we did make our brew, we said on the video that we ran 2 independently. Now, the reason we ran 2 independently, because it only made 15 litres, and we wanted to share between the 3 of us, so we did 2 batches. Now, as we were starting to make them, Ron was getting excited. He said, "Can we make this next one bitter?" So we reversed it without saying too much on video, and we didn't use Cascade as the bittering hops, but we used the Galaxy as the bittering hops. What's going to be
higher alpha?
Yeah, and so I'm actually not looking forward to trying.
You'll be right.
You'll enjoy it. It's great. Yeah.
And so, look, so we got some surprises today. Good and bad.
That's right, exactly.
And
more crackers will be right.
So the surprises are either good or bad, and I'm not looking forward to the bad. So hey, Ron, if I better get a bucket.
Yeah.
Anyway, any other comments, Joe? Nuggets.
Giuseppe said, "Just welcome, fellas, all going well." So Giuseppe's just jumping on board and endorsing it. So
Thank you.
So far, so good.
Yes.
Yeah, we're still live. It's good.
Hey, I nearly drank it.
Who's got a grading out of 10, or a B, or an A, or a C?
They give us out of 10.
Out of 10.
I reckon the Crown was probably about an 8.
Okay.
I reckon it was about 8.5.
Wow. Good.
Oh, really?
I might like that one.
Oh, you know what? He's saving the 10 for something else.
10 for
So, yeah, that's it.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
I'll give it an 8. Yep.
I like
Okay.
both. I'm sort of even for me. I give them both an 8. Yeah.
Both an 8?
Yeah, one had a fruity taste, one had a slightly bitter taste. Yeah, I like both.
New South Wales, man.
Yes.
I think that the first one's more just for it's almost like
Leisure.
lemonade. Yeah.
For leisure, yeah, outside barbie.
That's
just,
it, yeah.
Barbie, food, pizzas, footy nights, lagers. Just
It's for
can't go
people
wrong.
who come from Queensland and for
Oh, yeah, Triple X.
I didn't say this, but the Golden Crown Lager, the original gravity was 1038, and the final gravity is 1010. So it brought it to after the secondary fermentation, it brought it to 4.1%.
Okay. What about this one?
But the Brew A is actually 5.8. Okay, it's
I knew
really
there was a
high.
reason why I liked it so much.
This confirms, and Brew A IPA is, if you use the yeast that's provided, some people don't use the Cooper's yeast, they prefer a different type. Some people say there's better yeasts. If you clean your equipment properly, sanitize, sterilize, or even just sanitize, but if you do it properly, then what happens is that you eliminate any yeast that may be in the fermenter, and so the new yeast is the prominent yeast. Right. If you do not clean it properly, you've got 2 yeasts fighting each other. Okay. It's really not a good idea, and you can actually destroy your batch. Is that right, Bill?
Is that, no, I've never had that happen.
Yeah. Some people, they don't clean it out.
Okay.
So Dee I've had a lot of conversations with Dee from Country Brewer, and she said when they have competitions, you can always tell the person that did not clean their equipment.
Oh, really?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why it's really important to clean your equipment. So you don't have to sterilize, but you have to clean your equipment really well, and usually with hot water, not with soap. And so, and I know some people do use soap and then they wash it really well with hot water after it. The reason I say don't use soap because people don't wash their equipment properly. So I'm not going to tell you to use soap because you're going to destroy your yeast. Does not like soap. As simple as that. It does not like soap.
Just remind us what's the difference between sanitising and sterilising.
Dr. Penner will know the best. Sterilising is basically getting rid of all bacteria and any kind of microorganisms, right? But the problem is, and this is what Dee and I spoke about, that you have an environment that's uncontrolled, so you will not be able to control the environment completely. So that's why just before you actually put the brewing, you then sanitize. So sanitize is quite good because that way it's just giving an overview, just a quick kill, and then you
reduces the count of microbes.
Yeah, that's correct.
Sterilising means complete eradication, which is what virtually.
So that is the problem. A lot of people don't know that sterilising is 100%. Sanitising is only partial.
Yeah. I mean, you can't really achieve, I think, sterilising an environment like this.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing that you do, say, in
so if you
operating theatre and that type of
That's
thing.
correct.
That's
so if you want a good beer and you don't want any, and let me just confirm this as well, you don't need yeast you don't need bacteria in yeast. Bacteria is a part of the earth, if I can say, of our earth. It's everywhere. There's bacteria in every single thing. Every living thing has bacteria. So if you want to start a beer and just use, let's say, hypothetically, a pepper, and you could put a pepper in your beer and that will still ferment, okay? Because there's yeast in it, there's bacteria in it, and like when you make your wine, you use the skin. The skin has bacteria.
Well, it's the bacteria, but it's mostly the yeast that ferments, though, because I mean, bacteria will actually probably make the wine go off, and that's what I was going to ask you. What happens if you don't sanitize it well enough? Say you might have you had any batches go off? Because I know with wine it turns to vinegar.
No, we are alive here when you're saying this.
The only batch I lost was one that I left in the fermenter too long. I left it
same with
there
me.
for about 12 days.
Yeah.
I pushed it too far.
It becomes acidic.
Not a good idea.
Right.
Yeah, it becomes acidic.
So
It's really horrible.
And is that because the bacteria starts growing inadvertently? Is that what happens?
I imagine, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It creates, I believe, it creates an acid that is not palatable.
So similar to like a vinegar sort of thing.
Yeah. You're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it does the same thing. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly the whole.
Well, I mean, vinegar is acetic acid, which is an acid, so that's probably what you're saying.
I'm going to say disclaimer here. Now, I do make beer. I make Cooper's beer. I've been making it for now 15 years. And the process is so simple. Just stick to the recipe and you'll make it perfectly every time. Now, I've stepped out of my comfort zone. We've made the beer.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to tell you straight off, I am not an expert in beer making. I don't know why people think that. I don't actually claim to be an expert. My claim to fame is that my profession is building and dressmaking. They're my two claims to fame. And so when I make those videos, that is my profession. Everything else is because I've learned, and beer is one of them. Okay, and Bill and Dee and a whole heap of other people have built my knowledge. Okay, and this is interesting because Neil Eyre, who's the one who's telling about the dark beer is not bitter, right? He's only been brewing for about 1.5 years and is accelerated in his knowledge. Anyone can do that.
Yes.
Anyone can do that, right?
Yeah,
and so what I do, promote beers, and I say anyone to try it. If you enjoy beer and you want to reduce your costs, and you've got a bit of time on your hand, make it. If you haven't got that much time on your hands, use the brew kits.
Yes.
And I have got a link below if you're looking for the Cooper's brew kits, and I've got a link below for all the videos I've made on all the different beers.
Yes.
Okay. Good. So now I'm going to grab the next one,
Yeah, let's get on.
which is English bitter.
English bitter.
Oh, English bitter.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
I like this.
While he's grabbing that, tell us about your winemaking.
Yeah, I know you were interested in that.
Ron has been making wine since he was a baby, which is about 30 years ago.
I was actually looking forward to trying your wine.
Yeah, I'm
today.
sorry.
Have
I'm
you
so
got a
sorry. We'll get together one time again and I'll bring some. It's okay.
Okay.
It's all good.
We'll do it on the next live chat.
Thank you.
I'm trying to convince
Well, I like
Musa
the
to do
colour.
a YouTube video on winemaking.
Winemaking,
Yes.
yeah.
Maybe you and Musa can tag team.
I've already approached him.
I'll supply the grapes.
I've already approached him.
To be honest with you, that's the secret to the winemaking.
The
What
grapes.
is this one, Musa?
English bitter.
English
Yes.
bitter.
Now, Neil Eyre, let me just cheers you.
Darker than yours. Oh.
English bitter.
So it's got a nice head on it. Remember, these are only plastic glasses and they're not full, so don't expect the heads to be too big. But
Oh yes.
So the English bitter,
That is
it was Neil Eyre that actually asked me to make this
It's
beer.
actually quite sweet, isn't it?
Yes, and the reason it's sweet, I'm going to tell you, I cheated.
Did you?
So if you watch my video, I said to Neil, I don't like bitter beer, and he's already gave me the heads up on that. So I changed the recipe.
What'd you do?
So
you put sugar in there.
no, they say to put 500 grams of light dry malt.
Yes.
Okay, I put a kilo, another bag.
Oh,
I doubled it. So I've increased the alcohol content, and I've got my hydrometer here.
So it's more malty. Okay.
Bill, I'm going to ask you to pull your calculator out. Because I did not check when I made this beer. I was in a hurry.
That's nice.
No. This one I already know. What am I doing? No, I've jumped the gun. Bill, I still need your calculator, but not yet. Sorry. This one here has come out at 4.4% alcohol.
So you're 4.4.
Well, no, Coopers usually aim for around 5. Not really, but there's a lot of the beers I make at 5. So this came out at 1035. Now, because I put extra malt in it, it was 1005. So it came out 3.9 plus 0.5 after secondary fermentation. So it's 4.4. Yeah, 4.4. I'm going to ask you, because I made a Cooper Cerveza and I actually put some light dry extra malt in it. So I want to get a check on that because I didn't take a reading on that when I made it just privately.
What do you reckon, chicken nugget?
8.5. It's
8.5.
got a nice English kind of
Yeah,
twist
this
to it.
is my favourite so far.
Yeah, this is so
9. This is good. Getting close to it.
I thought the last one was your favourite.
They're all getting, it's
favourites.
getting better. It's getting
good.
better.
I like it.
Out of the 3, this is superseded the second one. It's all good.
It's good to see you're not racist.
You know what? Watching the cricket, the Ashes, the English, this is actually good to have. A bit of a taste, English twist to it. So,
But you can taste the bitterness in that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can
That's
taste it,
really
yeah.
bitter, right? And that's with extra malt.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's not as bitter as that other stuff you gave me.
You wait.
Oh, I'm not looking forward to this.
It'll be fine.
Oh, I'm not looking forward to this. Can you give me a bucket?
You can't do that on camera. I'm sorry. You just got to swallow.
That's actually sacrilege spitting out beer.
Absolutely. It's almost
Sorry,
bad
guys.
spitting out wine.
Sorry, guys. So, okay, what do you think, guys?
Very good.
I like it.
Yeah,
It's
very nice.
It is a nice beer.
Yeah.
It's smooth and has a full body to it. And it's got just enough bitterness to it too.
Yeah.
Agree.
I love how they're all beers, but they're distinct.
Yeah,
they are.
Taste and
Yeah,
difference.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
people say
yeah.
beer is beer. No.
No way.
This is the best example where you can see the distinct taste of every single, from the lager,
What-
the highlight to the English.
What alters? I mean, you know when you've got a code, a 4-digit code, and you can get thousands of combinations out of a 4-digit code. Okay, when making
What do you mean,
beer,
4-digit code? What do you mean by that? Sorry.
okay, you got 4 numbers, and you can make thousands of combinations. Let's say you want a pin number
Oh,
or
you're
something.
saying okay.
Like a
Yeah.
lock.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that concept,
Yeah,
you've
it's
got
a-
grains,
Yeah.
you've got different type of malts,
Hops.
right? Then you've got the hops.
Yep.
Then you got the yeast.
Yeah, true.
One thing people don't understand is that yeast actually contributes to the taste as well. And so there's so many yeast in the market.
Yeah.
And I had a message yesterday from a fellow asking me the same question:
Yeah.
should I use Cooper's yeast? Now I've never had a problem with Cooper's yeast.
Yeah.
But are there better ones in the market? Well, there's so many yeast in the market. I use Fermentus usually as an alternate yeast, in which I've done a lot of these videos I've made.
It's the same with wine, actually.
Well, that's right, and I did not change my yeast on this one, but the next beer we're going to talk about, we're going to say the yeast we used. But so on your wine, what do you do?
Well, the same thing. Well, I still make wine just without any yeast in it. I just use the natural yeast on the grapes because I don't put any preservative in it at all, and so it comes out with the flavour that is on the yeast, on the skins when you ferment it. So, but one year I had a commercial winemaker in Canberra taste it, and he said, "This is really good." He said, "But I think it could be even better." And I said, "Why?" He says, "Just kill off the yeast that you have that's what they normally do, put bisulfite and kill off all the yeast, and then add a commercial yeast of that variety, and it'll come out even better." And I didn't want to do that, so I didn't realise you could do that. So there's a specific yeast to the specific grapes. I would say the same thing with a beer. So it changes. Apparently, it can change the flavour dramatically. But I don't want to do that because then you have to add bisulfite to it to kill the natural yeast, and that gives you side effects. Oftentimes my wife gets headaches from it, and I do too. So I don't like it.
Yeah. So when we made the honey mead,
Yep.
we used a honey wine, wine yeast.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So,
We've got a comment from Neil.
oh yeah,
Neil's just said to us, "G'day, fellas." He says, "Well said, that man. Brewers make woke, yeast makes beer." So I know that's the English in you.
no. I got to tell you, Neil is from Yorkshire, just like Thomas Cooper, and the guy knows his beers. He's just new in brewing beers. Okay, so and as I said earlier, Neil has accelerated his knowledge because he's focusing on that. Now, with me, I do not focus on beers because, as anyone knows, following my videos, I'm doing a lot of different categories, so I don't have the time really to go headlong into beers to know the whole science of it.
Yeah.
All I know is that stick to the procedures and you'll have a good beer.
Welcome, Neil. G'day.
Neil, we just tasted your English bitter. If you haven't seen that yet, and so Ron loves it, the bitter man. And if you haven't,
Thumbs up, mate.
and Neil, if you haven't heard already, we had a chat about whether people think dark beers are bitter beers. Now, you are 100%, I've looked it up, dark beers does not mean bitter. But everyone here agrees they have never tasted a dark beer that's not bitter. So, in other words, there's a little bit of a stigma to the dark beers. So, hence why a lot of people think dark beers are bitter. Like myself, like Ron, and like Bill. And Bill's been brewing for 30 years and still thought dark beers generally are bitter. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, that's my impression.
Yep. Okay. So, but Neil is
I'll need
right.
to drink a few more to make sure.
Yeah. Well, these ones are a little bit older than 3 days, so they're okay.
Yes, that's right.
So, so Neil, you are 100%. Dark beers does not mean bitter, but everyone believes dark beers are bitter. For what reason? It just seems to have gone that way. Here, Neil.
Cheers.
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 My cup's empty.
Okay, now
Is that a hint?
hang on. Before we go to Bill's beer, Bill's brew, on the video we had a chat about his book. Now, Bill is an author. I think I said that earlier. And he's the author of the book called Riddles of the Shroud, and which is very controversial. But once you read this book, it's no longer so controversial. And also, he's made a video, and I watched it recently. That is a brilliant video, Bill. I have not seen a video talk about the Shroud that clear, that perfect.
Yes.
I don't know how much time he took with all the pictures and all the arrows and all the... that was just brilliant.
It did take a few weeks to put it all together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bill, can you tell us a bit about the book?
Well, as I've said before, it's summed up in the subtitle, Questions Science Can't Answer. Most people don't realise this. Science cannot explain or replicate the Shroud of Turin because the image on it is literally an impossible image. We don't know how it got there, except that some form of radiation was involved in the image itself. The blood is real blood. It has blood chemicals in it that are well known, particularly chemicals that are produced by somebody who's been tortured. It's got microscopic traces of Jerusalem limestone soil. There are a ton of things you can say about it, but the bottom line is that it really, really, really seems to be the real thing.
And the thing is, they're saying that cloth was made in the 1200s.
Yeah.
We can't even reproduce it now today with our technology. Yeah. How would they have been able to produce it then?
The thing is that they dated the cloth itself to the Middle Ages.
The last carbon dating in the 80s,
carbon daters admitted that it would be a very different date if the cloth was exposed to radiation. But they reasoned that dead bodies don't produce radiation. But that's the whole thing. There's evidence that there was radiation there, i.e. the carbon date. They ignored that and they just said, well, it's from the Middle Ages. But anyway.
Because that's the image. The image was actually made by radiation, I think.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah.
And there's a ton of other historical evidence and all the rest that show that it really is.
But the image itself correlates to the Bible. The image
Oh,
correlates.
yeah, all of
so
the information,
everything, the
yeah.
crowning of thorns, the piercing through the side,
Yeah.
and the nails in the hands, the feet,
Yeah.
everything correlates. Even the whips, the marks, the tools that they use, the Roman tools,
Everything.
everything correlates to the Bible.
They didn't know that stuff in the Middle Ages because they didn't have the technology and everything we have today.
It's just incredible. I flipped when I watched that video because I've
Yeah.
seen videos on the Shroud that's just been poorly made. You've covered everything, And the thing that I love the best is that being not author, but a journalist. Thank you. Being a journalist, you looked at it subjectively. You didn't look at it, with the eyes of a Catholic. You looked at it in the eyes of someone who is skeptic.
Yes, well, that's right.
And that's the part I love the best. It's a book written by someone who looked at it from a skeptic point of view.
Yes, well, I started with the skeptics, all the evidence that they'd gotten together over decades.
I have a question. I'm sorry to interrupt you, William.
Yeah.
Neil's asking, what is our names? He's just asking. He just wants a bit of an overview because he must have just jumped on halfway.
Neil, this is what happens when you come in late, my friend. No, he's working at the moment, by the way. He's actually working. Neil, thanks for joining us. I do appreciate it. Okay, so here we've got Dr. Penner, author William West, we call Bill. We've got Joseph Suka from Intellect Finance, and he's done my finance, and he's a great guy, very honest. And then we've got Chicken Nugget, also known as George, but he likes Chicken Nugget better.
I love chicken nuggets. Can't go wrong with chicken.
We asked him how he got the name Chicken Nugget,
I was going to ask that.
and it was a stupid question because he eats chicken every second day. So
Actually, it's true. I love my chickens, especially charred chickens.
when we dispatched chickens, he was there with a knife and fork ready to go.
Before we even cooked them.
That was worse than Ron with his wanting to drink the beer.
Neil's asking, who's the guy in blue?
No,
It's the Wiggles.
Anthony,
There's another one in blue.
bluish.
Light blue, yeah, bluish.
Neil, it's Anthony. He probably doesn't know the Wiggles.
No, probably not.
No, it's Wiggles. Everyone knows the Wiggles.
English, isn't he? Is that right?
Yeah, but he's in America, Long Island.
Oh, well, no.
Okay.
Can I just ask a question about the shroud? So
Yeah.
the people that have done research, a lot of them were atheists. Did some of them? Did some of them convert?
Yes,
After doing their
quite a few. I go into that in the book. Quite a few who started out, and they weren't just everyday atheists. There were people who took it very seriously and done a lot of research, and the shroud just changed their view altogether because they could see that it was a real miracle. There was just no way around it.
And it wasn't a painted figure. It was actually a figure that was had stained the microfibers.
Discoloured the microfibers those microfibers are 1/5 the width of a human hair, and the image only penetrates the very top layer.
So it can't
and
be
the
painted.
only way that you could do that is with light, because if you used fluid or even gas, it would have gone further into the cloth.
It's
It's just incredible.
Sudden zap.
And out of that zap, you get a photographic negative image, you get a 3D image, and you get this inexplicable quality of 1/5 of human head depth.
But the 3D image
altogether.
came because of the distance of the travel.
Yeah, well, the distance between each body part and the cloth is registered, and it's computer readable data. And they only found that out when they subjected the shroud to computer measurements and discovered that, unlike any other known photograph, it was three-dimensional. And that's how they're able now to build statues and everything.
From that image.
Yeah, from that image.
And what's incredible is that some people still claim that about the carbon dating that was made in the 1200s.
Yeah.
Seriously, did we have technology back then? We don't even have now.
Well, that's right. Even the chief carbon data has admitted now that it wasn't the work of a forger or an artist or whatever. There was a real dead body in that cloth.
Yeah,
He said that, and he's an atheist.
And
But
the blood
he
is
says that.
am I correct on this? It's AB negative? Oh, no, AB.
Well, it's AB, but you got it. That's a little bit tricky, that one, because that's not that doesn't confirm necessarily because Jewish people have AB blood normally, but also very old blood will often
Turn to AB.
Yeah, that's right. It will measure as AB.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's right. Yeah, yeah. But it could be a possible. They say that the Eucharistic miracles, that the blood in
Is
those
AB.
are AB
And,
as
and
well.
stress from the heart.
Yeah. But then that's not absolutely certain. But there are a lot of other facts that make it absolutely certain that
Yeah.
it's the real thing. Yeah.
Bill, thanks very much.
That's okay.
It's
Yeah.
always interesting to talk to you about this.
Yeah. Thank you.
So I will put a link below for Bill's YouTube video, which is brilliant. That had 20,000 hits in only 3 months.
Yeah.
His first video he ever posted, he got 168 subscribers or something.
Yes, that's right.
Just from one hit video. That doesn't normally happen unless people are really interested in this. So I'll put a link below for that.
Yeah.
Also for the book that he wrote, so Riddles of the Shroud, through Amazon America and Australia.
Yes.
So
In fact, you've got to be very careful if you're in Australia. If you're ordering it, you've got to go to amazon.com.au. Otherwise,
Australia.
it will say this book is not available.
Right.
Yeah. And also you can get it hard copy, which I did, which is book on demand. It's very cheap.
Yes.
So they just print it as you need it, which
That's
is fantastic.
right, yeah.
But then you can also get the digital copy,
Yes.
which is probably, you say it's better. I don't like digital copy, but you say because if you make any updates.
Yeah, well, it gets updated regularly, and it's easier to search for things. In any name, search or whatever, it'll just pop it straight.
Great. Right. Oh, we're ready to we're ready to try your IPA, your fruity
Great,
IPA.
I've been looking forward to this one.
Mate, I don't know if I'm looking forward to it. I got to be honest.
This is an organic beer. I just got organic in my mind. I've just got to see
While
you
you're
guys.
getting the beer,
Yes.
I just got a few comments.
Yep.
We've got the beers ready. So Neil's asking straight from England. He's obviously had a few beers. It might be late midnight there.
Yeah.
No, he's working now.
Yeah, so you're right, he's working. He's having a few beers and working. I don't know if you like to do that. He was just saying that he says that, can you let Musa know that he needs bigger glasses, Nugget? So I think
I agree.
Neil's saying he needs bigger glasses. I said, what type? And he said Elton John. So he's just saying you need new glasses. You go,
You're very English, Neil.
Yeah. So he said it's almost ready time for bed. Snookies is a game, but he goes, please don't forget to tell Musa he needs bigger glasses. So if we can all cheer.
Whoa, look at the head on that.
Wow.
Whoa.
I'm already
Not
impressed.
much beer in that one.
Whoa, I am shocked. I did not expect that much head. Whoa. So he drinks half.
I got rid of the head.
And on the record, what's this one? This is.
This one is the actual
This is not mine.
IPA that we made on video
Okay. Yes.
with us three
This is
together.
the real
Even the
thing.
smells distinct.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Wow, that's the galaxy.
Yes.
Straight away you can smell the galaxy. I'm actually looking forward to this, okay?
Yes, yeah.
I'm actually looking forward to it.
Wow.
I'll put this on the side.
See the difference? It's got a lot of flavour, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but let me say, I'm sorry, Ron. I'm
You
gonna have to
haven't tried it yet.
expose you.
You haven't even tried
Ron
it.
has been drinking 1 bottle a week and cheating,
I knew it was going to be good.
and he won't let anyone try his bitter version.
It's nice, isn't it?
It is. It's beautiful.
Right, we're not leaving this show.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, now that
See
is
the
nice.
difference? Yep.
That is nice.
That's a real beer, isn't
That's
it?
exactly
Yeah,
right.
okay.
It's
This is
worth-
not a girly beer.
It's worth the work that you put into it. Really,
Yes,
it is.
yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Not according to my wife.
Giuseppe's saying that the colour looks really good.
Yeah.
The flavour's even better.
So we'll bring it close.
Next time, Giuseppe.
So it's really
Giuseppe!
close. Probably can drink it.
Go right up, George. Go right up.
Really
Careful,
close.
they're not going to get
Really close.
Pour it in.
Do you want some chicken with that? I'll make some hummus.
It
So
should be renamed from IPA to GOW, God's own, GOB, I mean, God's own brew.
So what percentage was this? Did you work it out?
Yeah, we worked out 5.1, didn't we? It's on the next page. Let me just hang on. Next page, guys.
So
We-
Neil's asking, sorry John, Neil's asking, he needs to know the details of the alpha acid of those hops, mate.
Yeah, so the Galaxy's, can't remember the range, it goes up to 16. Now, we're only using that for the fruity taste, so I think it's on the lower, so it's probably about 8 maybe. But
9, I think.
Yeah,
From
and
memory,
Sorry,
yeah.
Didn't you, this is the Cascade. Mostly.
No, but the fruity taste is the Galaxy.
Galaxy.
Yeah.
But the Cascade we use as the bitter in hops.
Yeah.
And so Cascade is at a lower level.
Yeah,
I can't remember exactly. I haven't got my sheet with me. It's like 5 to
Yeah.
9 maybe. It's
Yeah.
not high. Or maybe 5 to 12 or something. It's lower.
So
Yeah.
this one was the one that was in for the whole hour, and we put the
The
Galaxy
Cascade
in.
was in for an hour.
Exactly.
And
The Galaxy was
The
just
Galaxy's
in.
only in for 15
Yeah,
minutes
15
and then 5 minutes
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
aroma.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
That's it, yep.
Okay. I actually enjoy it. This is the beer that I tasted
Yeah.
when you came and did that beer tasting back a few years ago.
Yeah.
So, Bill, the Cascade, is that because it's come from, the Cascade beers that they make in Tasmania? That doesn't come from this. Does it
No.
have to do with it? Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
I don't know. But Cascade is an American hops.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's an American hops. So, the Galaxy is our very own.
Yes.
That's very nice.
George has got a message to read. He's just clearing his mouth with some busick.
Everyone's saying, Neil's saying that, hey Joe, sorry mate, I missed you. Talking to Giuseppe.
Yep.
Giuseppe saying, mate, I missed you too. So Giuseppe, Joe, Neil, everyone, good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening around the world.
Thanks, guys. Beautiful. Now, we've still got 2 more beers to try.
Wow.
I want to finish off with my Mexican Cerveza. Now, the Mexican Cerveza is the Cooper's beer, and it is a lager, well, in that range, and so George is going to like that. But I did change the recipe.
More malt.
So, he steals my thunder all the time.
Sorry. I just guessed.
Now, I want to talk about the recipe.
Yes.
Okay, so I've got the ingredients in the video. I've got the link in the video. It's called Bill's Fruity IPA. Okay, that's why I changed the name, Bill.
That's fine.
Because it sounded better
Sounds good.
to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, because it is fruity. So we got there, I'll just tell you the quick ingredients. So we've got ale malt, 2.5 kilos. We've got Munich malt, which is a German malt, Munich grain, which is 0.5 kilos. We've got just plain wheat, 0.25 kilos. So the Munich was 0.5, the wheat is 0.25, so it's a quarter of a kilo. And then we've got light crystal malt, which is 0.25, so a quarter of a kilo again. Sorry for the conversion, guys. You're going to have to use your converter to convert from kilos to ounces. Anyway, so that started off at 1039. We roughly estimated it was just under 1040. And so 39 we called it. And it finished at 1005. So it's a 4.6%, plus then 0.5 for the secondary fermentation. So we got 5.1. And guys, the yeast that we use for that, and this is what I want to talk about. Bill suggested we use SO4, so it was a Sav Ale, by fermenters, Sav Ale SO4, and it brews between 18 to 26 degrees, so you got to get that temperature right. I always try to brew in between.
Yes.
Now,
You could use SO5.
That's
I tend to
correct.
use that myself because it will continue to brew.
but
in
SO5
colder
gives,
temperature.
that's correct, you said there's something different.
Under 18.
But there's also something, there's different taste to the O5 you said in there?
A little bit, but I prefer the
Yeah.
O5 taste myself.
And you said it had a better head? I can't remember, you said there was something better with it.
Not necessarily.
Okay,
Well,
I can't
yeah,
remember those.
Yeah.
But so if the temperature does drop, I do put either a blanket or a heat pad. So I've got the Morgan heat pad. This is very inexpensive. It's got elements below. You just plug it in. It doesn't get too hot at all. So it raises the temperature probably about 2 or 3 degree to the room temperature. And sometimes that's all you need. If it's not enough, you put a blanket around it with it, and that'll raise it a bit more. So the Morgan heat pad is a godsend. I did buy a couple of other things after our live chat. I've seen them on the market, never tried them until Peter. And this is why I wanted Peter at the live chat to talk about not just the brews he was making, but also, and I just grabbed these 2 items. So I've seen the bottle washer before, and I've seen the bottle tree before. Now this bottle tree, these come off, they actually screw off, right?
Yeah.
And there's different levels. So this has got 4 here, and it can have another 4, and you can put one on top here, which makes another one. So you can actually hold 81 bottles on here. Wow. It's just a lot of, and I thought that it might be unstable, but the width of the bottom platform is actually, it's centered really well. So the bottles do sit on this angle. And it doesn't unbalance it.
And it takes glass bottles. Okay.
Glass bottles. I put your bottles on here when we did the video.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
You can pile them all up though.
I wouldn't pile 80 on here, honestly. 40 I reckon would be
But I
fine.
check, yeah, for sure.
Now, Peter also was saying that he was using a bottle washer. Now, this thing here, you just fill it up with your sanitizer. I do both sterilize and sanitizer. And then you just basically push the bottle downwards and the fluid gets pumped up to the top and washes the bottle. Washes it brilliantly. I've never had my bottles cleaned so well.
I remember you showed us last time.
It's just fantastic. I love this thing.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to show you. So, pardon me, this is from Morgan's.
Was that expensive?
No, it's not. So this is from Morgan's. Morgan's make this as well. But this here, it's made by this little island. No, it's not an island. It's got a bit of an island to it. It's made by a shoe country. It's kind of like a boot.
Italy.
Oh, far out. That took a while. Okay, it was made in Italy, and this I bought from Country Brewer in Nepean. So I bought this from D. You can buy this from Country Brewer. You can buy them online. I like to get everything from Country Brewer. They're very reasonably priced. They carry stock, and they give you advice on everything. So Country Brewer are a brilliant little franchise, and they're on the eastern seaboard of Australia, and I think they're in South Australia as well. Yeah. Anyway, so great products.
So that's made actually for wine bottles too, then, because if it's Italian
Possibly.
made, it wouldn't be for beer.
Yeah. The only thing is, it is not very expensive, and there's little lugs on the top here, and the lugs don't hold the bottles, so the bottles slip through, and that's not a good thing. And to put the bottle on an edge to carry on this lip is not good. So I went and got a little washer from my garage, put it on top, holds the bottle beautifully. You just can't hold it dead straight because then the fluid gets trapped in there. You've got to hold it on a slight angle, let the fluid out. Works brilliantly. Love this tool. Just when you do wash your bottles, I do say use hot water. I'm now saying use very warm water. If you use very hot water on plastic, it will melt them. It shrivels them. So yeah, just gotta let it cool down a bit before you use that if you're going to use hot water. So I'll just put these away and we'll try the next brew.
On the subject of Italy, we were in Italy at the same time.
Yeah, I know. What a bit of a coincidence.
Yeah,
It's a
it
good
was,
time.
yeah.
Did you? Whereabouts did you guys go?
We went all over Italy.
Yeah.
But not except we didn't go south. We went from Rome north.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't trust going south.
Now
No,
guys,
we didn't have the time.
sorry guys, I've jumped in there. I'm so focused. Sorry Joe.
That's okay.
I want to try. No, I don't really want to try this. I've got to be honest.
Oh, come on.
Okay, so this is the other beer, the alternate beer that we made with Bill.
Fine.
So this is the using the Galaxy as the bittering hops, and the alpha percentage is 16%. So seriously, guys, you don't get much hops, higher than that. There is up to 18, but seriously, or maybe even higher. I don't know. But let me tell you, I'm not looking forward to it.
You'll be right.
Okay, bring your cups, fellas.
You'll be right.
Bring your cups.
That's why we got the crackers.
All right, still got a head.
Look at that. Beautiful. Yeah. Nice colour.
Well, it's not going to be a different colour. It's the same
Right,
brew.
same
man.
brew. I know. Just the hops. Yeah. Too
wow.
bitter for you?
Oh.
Not too bitter.
Good.
It is much more bitter.
Much more
but
bitter. I know.
It's
I
still a
want to see
nice
what
drop.
I
Yeah.
want to see the first expression of everyone's
I
face.
just
I'm going to
I just drank some of the head.
Let them see the colour.
Too bitter, Joe?
No, it's nice.
Good.
It's a
There you
nice
go.
bitter.
See? You're just a sissy.
I told you, we fixed it.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, that is a little bit bitter.
You're a lager man, though, aren't you?
That's why the crackers are
Yeah, you're a Queensland
lager
supporter.
man.
Queensland
Oh,
supporter, yeah. Keep drinking your sweet beer.
Go Queensland.
Queensland, he's a Melbourne supporter, man.
He's a Queensland
Come
supporter.
on,
Maroon,
this-
New South
this-
Wales
Ah,
versus the Maroons.
yeah.
Wasn't he a Maroon supporter?
Come on, this is really good. I mean, it's just the right amount of bitterness.
Wow.
Come on, it's not that bad.
That is high, man. That's so high in
Grow some
bitterness.
hair on your chest, you'll be right.
Okay. No, Bill, seriously. How bitter is that? On the scale of bitterness, how bitter is that? Give me of all the beers you've tasted, what's the level of the bitterness of this?
About 90%.
Yeah, it's high, man. It's high. Oh, where's my bucket?
Actually, let's have a vote. Who reckons Musa should man up?
And George. We both don't like bitter beers.
Hang on,
man.
He's a
also
Melbourne
Queensland. Yeah, no, one man up.
Neil just asked the question straight from the UK. He's saying, I'm still
No,
trying to
America.
figure out all those hops. My brew software says 92 IBUS. Does that ring a bell? No.
What does that mean, Bill?
He's probably had a few drinks.
What does that mean, Bill?
I haven't had enough drinks to answer that.
IBUS.
I
I've got a software, a brew software that says 92 IBUS.
Neil, you're much more advanced than us.
This is the highest I ever made is 56, and I thought that was high.
Yeah. No, it is.
So maybe he's talking about.
Hey, you said 90%, right? Neil just said 92. Neil, tell me, is that Galaxy you're talking about that goes to 92?
It means international bitterness units.
Yes.
This is what it means.
But is that Galaxy? Is 92 for Galaxy? What's Galaxy's bitterness?
Oh, he's going to reply.
Oh, good.
Okay, so the next one, and I made a mistake. I said there's only 3 left, but the next or 2 left. But we want to try the honey mead. Okay, so don't get too excited. It's still. I do want to do a shout out to Stoneyard Vineyard. Okay, so
He just messaged.
yep.
Oh, yeah.
He just said, Stoneyard Vineyard, good time. He goes, cheers, friends. Had a big day with the family and friends. They had a lot of beer. It's a good time.
Mr. Stoneyard, I'm going to try some mead. Now, this guy makes mead, and I don't know, he's very patient. He has a cellar, and he puts all his mead away, and he puts little labels on them, and he tries them 6 years later. He's got a whole heap of different type, right?
Wow.
This guy is the king of mead, but he's also the king of brew. He is fantastic.
So it tastes better with age than mead, does it?
You've got to wait 6 years. This is only 1.5 years old. We tried it when it was 6 months old, and Joe was excited. Now,
So why is that? Sorry, just why does it mature with that age?
Don, can you answer that question? I don't know.
Does wine gets nicer as it gets older, right?
Yeah, hang on. Yes, but
Not all wine.
Not when it's made without any preservative in it. You've got to have either really, really good vintage, because that's what I was saying. That the secret is really good grapes, quality grapes.
Yeah.
If it's a really good vintage, then it might keep longer than 2 or 3 years. But otherwise, it will start oxidising after about the third year, because the bisulfite in it, which is something being used for centuries.
George,
Sulfur
can you put
stops
that
it
one
from
on?
oxidising. And that's the biggest killer for a good wine. If it doesn't turn to vinegar, which means that you've done a good job of the wine for the first 2 years, after about the third year, without preservative, it starts oxidising, and so it becomes a sort of an orangier colour, and almost like a porty sort of taste to it, but it's not the usual pure wine.
Did
flavour
Don answer that question?
Tannins.
No, but Neil said that Neil said the Galaxy he has is 16.4 and the Cascade is 7%.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, but what's the percentage impact? What he's just saying there, 92. Is that Galaxy?
He's saying that that's international bitterness unit. It's you guys know it's all overall.
Oh.
Stoneyard said that he got 5 gallons on the shelf, aging like wine. And he said, cheers, everyone. But basically, Neil also said, never tasted mead or made it, but would love to give it a go. So I don't know if you can cross through the interverse dimensions. We can cross and past that.
So, guys, what we're going to do here, we're going to try a little bit of mead, only a very small amount, because I want to keep this for next year.
Is that your last bottle?
This is the one that we put extra honey in it.
Right.
The other one doesn't have extra honey, and we found it was too dry. So I have another bottle. It just hasn't got a lot of meat in it.
Okay.
So I'm just going to put a drop in there for everyone. I'll try to keep some for next year.
Where'd you get the honey from? There's a lot.
From an Italian guy at Our Lady of the Rosary. He makes his own.
So so it's raw honey. Beautiful.
Yeah, I put his link in the video actually. His descriptions.
Beautiful.
Okay, so there's something in the cup.
Sure.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you.
So yeah, I'm just going to put a label. We'll leave this to next year.
It's a nice smell to it. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
It is nice.
Yeah, just the smell's actually gotten stronger.
That's nice.
Yeah, it is stronger.
Very nice.
See, look how clear that is.
That is beautiful.
It actually looks like a wine.
Wow.
Let's put this on the
So I know. Sorry,
Very
I
nice.
should.
That's
How is this made? Just briefly.
Okay, I'll go through the recipe.
Just briefly.
It's easier for me to. I've written it down because it's easier, right?
Nice.
Okay, so we used 8 kilos of honey and we boiled it up.
Right.
Literally boiled it.
Yeah. For how
I left
long?
it on a soft rolling boil for 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah, we killed off the yeast completely.
Yeah.
There was no more yeast left. We wanted to put our own yeast. So we don't. If you want to kill off yeast, you don't have to use chemicals.
You can
boil it
You
out.
can't do that with wine.
No. So we boiled it out. Okay. And so once we boiled it out, we let it come down in temperature, and then we used. I just got to see. It was TCB wine / champagne.
Right.
Yeast. Yep. All
Okay.
purpose.
Right. Okay.
Okay. And we use that, but when you make it, you've got to let it sit for 8 to 10 weeks.
Right.
Then you rack it
Right.
around 3 to 6 months, and then you rack it again.
Right.
You got to keep racking it, and that's what Mr. Stoneyard does all the time. He keeps racking his.
It's the same with wine. You have to keep racking it. Otherwise, the sediment in the bottom makes it too strong. The tannin become too strong.
That's correct.
But what makes it so liquidy? Because this is so liquid. Honey, when you boil it, it's not going to become liquid like that.
There's plenty of water in it.
How much water?
Okay, so we started off
8 kilos of
with
honey
5 litres of water with honey,
Right. Okay.
and diluted it completely and boiled it up, and then that you'll lose a lot of fluid.
Sure.
And then we brought the honey meat to 20 litres.
Right. So you've diluted to 20. Okay.
Yeah, and that's how we cooled it down.
And what percentage is this roughly? Do you think?
I did not take the percentage when I bottled it. I should have, but I didn't.
Gravity, it'd be interesting.
It would be around 10%.
Really?
About 10%.
Do you want to test it, Musa?
I don't want to waste
okay.
yeah, because I'm trying to keep the honey meat for
Very
next
nice.
one.
There's not enough crackers.
It is really a wine. You can taste
Yeah,
the
it is.
honey, right? You can taste that residue of honey.
Yeah.
But it is really a wine.
It is. It's more like a wine.
And I can't drink grape wines. They make me sick. So yeah.
Neil just said, just on the honey milled, he said that he made, and I can't pronounce it, but I'll spell it out. He goes, he made one which is an Eastern European honey liquid made with herbs and spice. Very tasty.
Wow.
It's Krupnikkas. That's how to pronounce it.
Yeah. Just a bit of history on honey mead. Honey mead was very popular with the Vikings, but it was actually formatted in the Middle East and in India. That's where it started from. So they made it because there was a lot of trading between those areas, and so this has been made for thousands of years. Now, I don't know exact ages, but I'm going to say Middle Ages. It's probably a good shot between 500 and 1500. Monks were making it because they would need a lot of wax, so they would make honey mead. You take the wax out of to make candles because that was their source of light, and so they had a byproduct, and the byproduct was the honey. And so they made
mortification to drink.
Yeah, that's right. Well, in actual fact, what's interesting is that they had so much honey mead that when people would get married, they would give them a month's worth of honey mead to everyone who got married.
Is that right?
Yeah, and so that's where the word, and that's where the word honeymoon comes from.
Oh, really?
Look it up.
Amazing.
It's actually a true story. Now, brother Jeff told me on the video, who's now father Jeff, and he told me on the video, and I was not willing to say that on a video until I looked it up, and I looked up a number of sources, and it's actual fact.
Right.
Honeymoon comes from honey mead.
Okay.
It's just an incredible story.
Yeah, that's great.
Got my honey.
Oh, you didn't get any honey?
No.
Who's some?
Month's worth.
Okay, guys, we're going overtime.
You're still drinking
We
the
need
beer.
to try one more beer.
You're still drinking beer, man?
No, the honey mead, it's for after the show.
Okay.
I'm still enjoying this.
Enjoying it.
Love
Put it down, George. We've got one more to go.
He's drinking the bitter one. See? He's a secret.
Hold on, man. Someone had to
Secret
tell me to
man.
put it down.
That's the lager. Where's the lager?
The lager's coming. Hold on, man. He's there suffering trying to drink it. And he's not saying anything to him.
Go, Queensland.
He didn't want to insult. He didn't want to insult Dr. Penner. Hey, Ryan, you know, that tasted really good.
And it was Neil just said, thank God it's worth coming and listening. I actually learned something. Honeymoon, awesome. He never knew. So what you said, awesome.
Hey, so now, okay, this is the last one. This is a bit of a last minute thing, and I really wanted to do this. Now, I love Mexican cerveza. Now, cerveza just means beer in Spanish, right? Now, the only thing is that I had a few people complaining to me that it has no head. Okay, it has no head. Yeah. Now, malt increases the head on a beer.
So you just shoved a whole bunch of malt in there.
So I went through the recipe, which is generally just, let me just see what I've got here. I changed it. No, it doesn't matter. So it has number 2 enhancer, 1 kilo. So when I made this brew just a few months ago, I made this on the 3rd of the 5th. So it's now, nearly 2 months. Oh, no, it's more. It's 2.5 months.
2 months.
Yeah. Okay, so I put half a kilo of light dry malt in it to get a better head. Now, this is where I need you to do your testing for me. I need you to tell me what percentage this is. First we'll drink it, and then as we're doing that, I'll just give you a reading. Renato?
Renato. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you.
I reckon 5%.
Okay, that's definitely giving it a better head. Because the Cooper Cerveza doesn't generally have much of a head.
Oh, really? Okay.
No. George, I'm going to fill that up because you missed out on the last one. You're mortified on the last one.
Colour. It's important, the colour.
Okay. All right. Oh, I'm tipping this out. I'm getting too excited.
Whoa.
Oh, Jesus, so good. So good. So
It's
good.
nice, eh? Do you taste that sweet taste to it?
I love it. I can be all day.
I love sweet beers, I've got to be honest.
You know, after tasting the organic beer, I think I'm going to go organic, man.
Yeah, I know. This is not. Yeah. Sorry.
I'll just wait a sec.
Let's say 5%.
That's just too much head in there.
He's definitely a Queenslander.
Yeah.
100%. While we're waiting,
Even
Stoneyard.
it doesn't have a distinct
Yeah.
smell like the other ones.
Hang on, guys. We just got a message.
Sorry.
No, that's right. No. But Stoneyard just said that he needs to bottle his own. He's got an apricot mead, been sitting since January. It's got 5 gallons.
Whoa! So 5 gallons is about 22 litres.
Yeah.
It's not exactly 4 litres for us. I think it's 4.3 litres or something. So that'd be it'd be close. 4, 8, 12, 16. Yeah, it's probably about 22 litres.
Apricot mead.
And
so it's honey with apricots.
No, he does it with all different fruits.
Yeah.
The guy, you just got to see his videos.
Honey based and puts fruit in it, or is that what he does?
He does beers with chocolate. He does beers with. He does beers. No, seriously, he does all this. He's got so many videos. Now, I've got to say, Don, you're a bit of a larrikin, but I love your videos, right? So he mucks around a bit, and he's sometimes a little bit loopy. But hey, I love it because I'm loopy. Anyway, so yeah, for anyone who's interested, definitely, I've got a link. No, I haven't put it in. I will put a link for Stoneyard Vineyard, for brews, and also for meads and wines. He makes the whole lot. So now, there we go there. That's not sitting right.
No, it's not. Maybe the froth is affecting it. What do you think?
No, it's wrong. Is it because it's cold?
Yeah, I was going to say because
Could
cold.
be, yeah. It looks
Yeah.
like,
Temperature different.
Yeah, I think the temperature's wrong.
Yeah.
I should have done it when it was warm.
That honey mead keeps impressing me every time.
Yeah, no, it's nice.
And that the organic beer
yeah,
you guys made,
yeah.
that was beautiful.
Yeah, I agree.
That was distinct.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the first one was fantastic, Ron.
my conclusion is natural is best.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Ron, the first one was fantastic. I loved
The
it.
second one was even better.
It was good actually. I liked it.
Yeah, I didn't mind the bitterness. I think the bitterness is good. See, I'm glad. I've got 2 supporters here. We don't worry about
He doesn't
Queensland.
count. He's from Queensland.
Yeah, Queenslanders, yeah. They don't know what beer is.
Okay, so Bill's just done it. Oh, sorry. Oh, I didn't give you any.
No, you didn't. Oh, I've been ripped off.
Hang on.
Oh.
No, that's
Is that
that's
mine?
yours. Yeah.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah. All right.
I just drink it.
Did you? Oh, that's alright. He's not sick.
I am sick.
Imagine that was your job every day to taste beer.
What?
Taste test it. Me and Neil will do the taste testing. Get paid, go home, do the next day. Crackers, cheese. Put a critique, put it online, do the next beers. What a job.
Some people have that job. Can you believe it, mate?
No.
What life?
Stoneyard was just saying that he over-carbonated his
Yeah,
last
yeah.
batch of beer, and now it's 5-finger head.
Yeah, I saw the video. That was funny. He's pouring it out, and the thing just froths up, and he puts his fingers, and 4 wasn't enough, so he had to put 5. He did a shorts on it. It's so funny. He's rolling out his, the gas, because it wasn't working, because the O-ring had gone, he changed the O-ring. And then he's trying to roll it, and then it over-carbonates. The whole thing was, like, you can see this much beer, and the rest was right. It was funny. Anyway, I've got my breathalyzer here. I've just pressed the button, so it does take a while to calibrate. It's just about to beep, and then I'm going to blow in the bag. Okay, now you're supposed to wait 20 minutes, according to this, before you get a reading. But without waiting 20 minutes and with alcohol on my tongue, it's come out to 0.1. So I'm now 4 times over the limit.
Oh wow.
But I'm not really over the limit.
George,
I actually feel fine.
I better drink your honey mead. You got to drive home, man. I'll look after that for you.
Very kind.
What was that? Sorry, George?
I was just saying, we'll one day we'll come and see Neil. We'll come
At Long Island, New York.
Yeah, we'll
So, how many English live in New York? I want to know that. And brewing
There's a
Thomas
song.
Cooper's beers.
Englishman living in New York.
Who's that?
There's a song about that.
There's like about 50 of them.
Englishman living in New York.
Oh, Englishmen living in New York. Really?
Yeah, it's by the guy from the police. What's his name? Sting.
Well, he's English. Hello.
Yeah, that's it.
Stoneyard just said in regards to your breathalyzer, he goes, man, if I blew that, I would break it. Neil just said that chips and curry goes well with good beer. So
That's
no,
funny.
Not curry. No, yeah. Chips, mate.
He's
not
English.
curry. Oh, yeah.
There's a strong association with India.
True.
Hello. Far out, man.
I guess if it's an IPA beer.
Now, I've got to say, Hey guys, we're about to round up. So we've gone through all the beers.
Yep.
We were supposed to have the wine, but someone
Just
forgot.
Just what we did, mate. I think we've
Someone forgot.
Next one.
That's it.
Anyway, so we look forward to the next live chat. Look, thanks very much. There is one thing I've got to say for our priest in St. Joseph's in Kingswood. They are having a fete next week on the 6th of August. And so it's 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And there's a cake store, barbecue food store, Filipino food store, book and record store, records, Indian food store, homeware store, plant store, lolly store, face painting. Okay.
No beer store?
Yeah, I need to go there. There's going to be a jumping castle, band cover, performance, St. Joseph Primary performance, Indian entertainment. Wow,
Sounds great.
Maybe they'll have IPA.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is for the guys at Kingswood. So the fate's on next week. And one last thing, without revealing birth dates, I'd like to wish Ron and Bill happy birthday for next week. And
Happy birthday, guys.
hey guys, thanks very much for making the video with me. Ron actually was the one who instigated it. As I said, he is an alcoholic, so
You demolished the lemonade stand?
No more some whiskey.
no, look, disclaimer. Ron is a very good friend of mine. He went through very tough times with my back injury, and I've become very close to Ron in the sense of trying to get back to normality. And there's no
Sharing
such thing.
beer.
And so I like to muck around with him. He is not an alcoholic. Okay? For any of you who don't know that I like to joke around, he's not an alcoholic. Even though he likes to drink his beer the next after it's made.
But you saw it was a very good beer.
It was.
Yeah, one of them were.
No,
One of them were great.
He's probably the best connoisseur of them, and he appreciated it. See,
Did you appreciate the second one?
I thought it was
What
very
was the number? We didn't get a number from you.
Out of
I
10.
didn't get it. Didn't work it out. Was it?
What? Well, I reckon.
Now, what was the number out of 10? What was
Out of
it?
10.
Oh, out of 10, I would have given it
A 5?
8.5.
No, a 5.
8.5.
How about your one? How much would you have given for yours?
10.
How about yours?
I was going to give you yours a 10. Mine a 9.5.
So it's a 10 for Bill's. Okay.
I've got to be honest.
No, Bill's is very nice. It was
Bill, I actually loved
really
it.
good beer.
Yeah, no,
Honestly, I loved it years ago when I tried it.
Yeah.
When you gave us all those different assorted beers you had.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
And so, all right, guys, that's all we have for today. And I want to thank you all. Thanks for joining. Thanks for Mr. Stoneyard. Thanks for Neil and for Joe and for everyone else. And I will put a link for Mr. Stoneyard Vineyard in the link. I don't think I've done it yet. Anyway, so we look forward to the next video, and I'll see you all soon. Thanks, guys.
Bye,
Hey, guys.